Hey everyone, this is BestGamerAli and today I'm back with some State of Decay 3 news. Now I'm a fan of zombie games and I love State of Decay. Honestly, love the sequel more because of the addition of co-op. We played that game for like thousands of hours, and when State of Decay 3 was announced back in 2020, my hype level was just breaking all the records. Now it's been 2 years and not much has been shared about the game, but we do know the reason why that's the case. So first of all, the game is being developed by UNDEAD Labs, which was acquired by Microsoft in 2018, and also if you don't know, State of Decay 3 is the biggest project of UNDEAD Labs till date. But there are some issues that UNDEAD Labs have been suffering from, like mismanagement, toxic culture, and few other stuff. I don't know why, but it seems like nowadays every studio goes through the same thing. And you all remember the issues with Techland Studio. Same was for the CD Projekt Red and few other studios. But the point is, this issue does end up affecting the game in general. The developer denied this, but it's the truth, and they revealed that after the game is released. It's the same story with pretty much every studio. But honestly, I really hope that's not the case with UNDEAD Labs. Now there's an article out talking about the mismanagement in UNDEAD Labs, and in that article, 12 current and former employees of UNDEAD Labs have shared their experience. Employees state that pre-production has been messy with isolated teams, meaning they are working solo, so they are working on features like redefined parkour movements or dynamic animal spawns, even though the core player fantasy wasn't decided upon. These issues were reportedly made worse by management decisions like having the game announced with a trailer early at June 2020 Xbox Game Showcase, with one current developer stating that we didn't even want to announce the game because we didn't even know what it was at that point. Oh my god, a lot of companies nowadays do that, and it's not a good practice. Now some employees allege that women at UNDEAD Labs faced issues with having their voices heard in meetings or being listened at all. Something described not as a one particular serious incident, but instead a death by 1,000 paper cuts version of sexism. Meanwhile, former HR head Anna was accused of being unhelpful towards people who did turn in complaints. Yeah, seems to be a thing I have myself experienced in life. You complain about someone and no action gets taken against that person, or in many cases they don't even take you seriously. Instead, you are the one to be blamed, and that usually happens because the person is his or her friend. So they defend them, and now no one likes to hear what you have to say. I'm telling you, people can't take criticism nowadays. If you want to look good in their books, you gotta be friendly to them. Also, when I say criticism, I don't mean people talking trash. I mean real criticism. Anyways, the good news here is that the situation in the studio has been improved in the last 6 months or so, but the studio hired a lot of diverse talent that it did not support in past. In fact, current studio head Philip Holt is also accused of fast-tracking the employment of his friends from other studios. Something Microsoft denied. It's not clear what the breaking point was, but Microsoft eventually stepped in, interviewing numerous employees, which was followed by the departure of Swasher from UNDEAD Labs in September 2021. The development of State of Decay 3 is also noted to have had a rough pre-production phase, with pressure from Holt on the team to meet specific internal milestones. Kotaku notes that outside of the exception of Swasher mentioned above, Microsoft has taken a very hands-off approach with UNDEAD Labs. There was no visible intervention or support from Microsoft per one employee. Some employees reportedly think that studio is now on the right track, with one saying of State of Decay 3 that it could be such a cool game and we've got a lot of great people working on it, and I just hope we don't repeat the terrible habits of the last few years. Strain on a public statement said it was clear in 2018 that UNDEAD Labs was going to focus on State of Decay IP, and the expectations and initial budget for State of Decay 3 were way higher than anything we have done before. He wrote, "When you own an independent studio, you are personally responsible for it. If you fail a milestone and don't get paid, you have to cover the payroll personally, and State of Decay 3 was going to be way beyond anything we could personally back financially. We need to protect the jobs, benefits, and work culture we built up over the past 8 years. And so we are receptive to accusations, discussions with Microsoft." Now, the people who have given these interviews, their names have not been revealed, obviously due to the risk of losing their job, and that's understandable. Also, it's true, State of Decay 3 is nothing like what we had back then. There are a lot of new creatures, new mechanics, graphics, and so much more. We're getting normal and infected animals, that's for sure, because they have talked about it in the past, and I seriously love this approach because I always wanted to have infected animals chase me. I freaking love it. I know it sounds crazy, but it's hella fun. Also, the game is still in pre-production, so we'll have to wait another 1 or 2 years before we can see a solid gameplay or even get a release date for this game. Anyways, that's it for the information. I wish UNDEAD Labs and Microsoft all the best for this game. I freaking love your game. Please take your time with State of Decay 3 and bring us something we don't expect and have never seen before. And I hope everything from now on goes smooth in the studio. Also, the source for this information information will be linked in the description. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you want to see more State of Decay 3 update videos, as I will be covering this game on this channel. Bye bye and take care everyone.